Alrighty everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of Cool's Checks Out. As per usual, this week we are checking out some more Jurassic World Rebirth lineup merchandise, mainly because you guys are enjoying it. We love to talk prehistoric animals and dinosaurs really in general. But today, like with the Monday episode, we're not talking a dinosaur. Today we are talking a pterosaur, an Asdarchid pterosaur in particular, under the genus name of Quetzalcoatlus. But Quetzalcoatlus is getting a lot of love in paleo media as of recent, and yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth, no exception there. Though it does feature a redesign from the Jurassic World Dominion one, which, looking back, yeah, I mean, that looks pretty accurate. This one, not so much. It has some weird stuff going on the beak, but again, if these are weird mutations went wrong, it does make sense. At least once we get to detailing, you can see they have pycnofibers on here, some fuzz that we know pterosaurs had, so pretty neat. Alright, we'll start at the bottom of the box this time. We see Jurassic World Rebirth. Across the line we see the name Quetzalcoatlus, and then the concept art rendering of the Quetzalcoatlus, and of course, again, made by Mattel. If we move up just a little bit, we see the size, wingspan about 2 feet, 24 inches, with a height of 12 inches or 1 foot. Also, yes, it says you can scan it, put it in the Jurassic World app. Right here it tells you you're going to need some batteries, 4+, and it kind of shows you how to do the action feature, which for pterosaurs is the wings. Down below it says try me, and it also has that little sound icon hiding behind the wing flap. But yeah, it'll make sound, and we'll check that out here in a second. Alright, on the back of the box we see Jurassic World Rebirth, Quetzalcoatlus. We see that it does have the sound icon, meaning we will get sound from this one. And then it kind of goes over the action features, where to find them. The back has 2 buttons, one of which does the wings expanding. The other, roar and chomp, kind of where we get the sound effects. You can kind of see it in the picture there, where it both has the mouth closed or open. And it also shows kind of in a spectral form there that it does stand up, which is really neat. We haven't really gotten that from the Jurassic franchise, so it's nice to have one that kind of stands by itself. Of course, guys, it says again more about the app, and you can scan it in there using the DNA, which we will show you once we get it out. And again, just shows you a little bit of the action feature. We're going to make it 4-1 for China over Vietnam, as this is the 4th figure made in China. A little bit about it, including the batteries, and of course just some warnings, and not made for children under 3. On the bottom is a little bit more safety stuff, and of course the barcode. Alright, so let's get this one out of the box. Alright, so now we got the Quetz out of the box, and you can see it looks really, really nice, especially because it is standing. Most of the time they're just like laying down. Even the more recent Mattel, figures, they just lay down. They're not able to stand under their own volition, so this is really, really cool. Plus the color scheme is just super nice. In real life, Quetzes were pretty tall, with some of the larger specimens looking in the eyes of giraffes if they were alive today. We can see, again, just kind of going into the coloration, lots of coloring. Even though the figure is a darker color, this brownish black in coloration, it does have some white stripes on the back of the neck, as well as the throat, as well as like a red coloration underneath the jaw, which could indicate like a pouch. We can see the eye is yellow. I'm trying to zoom in without it blurring out, but yeah, the eye is yellow, but it kind of looks red because, from a distance all you see is that fleshy red color. And then of course going down the beak, we see it is white on the upper jaw, and of course on that weird little protrusion on the front there's some like light orange yellow circles. It also has a mohawk of quills and a covering and coat of pycnofibers. So really cool, because yeah, pterosaurs had fuzz. You can see the wings are a vibrant blue with kind of brown striping on the back, a little lighter blue on the back, or at least when the sun is shining through. And you can see its hands can move and rotate as well as its feet. But yeah, no, just super cool. And like I said, properly tall, this one would look good against a Rex. I should have brought one out for comparison. Alright, so we're going to look at the action features, which are on the back. The top one here is for the mouth. You can see you can open it, and it moves pretty rapidly. As big as you want. Now the other action feature, which is the lower of the two buttons, controls the wings. So let's see if we can get it. And it opens. And again, from the top view, little delayed reaction on the one side, but still pretty neat nonetheless that the figure can actually open its wings. It also bugs me that the white stripe is right there. It feels like it should be on the back of the neck, and so even though the neck is in the correct position, it just makes me feel like it's upside down for some reason. Alright, so just quick overview of the figure. Like I said, some really nice detail. It does have like the picno fiber and fuzz, you can see. Just a really nice coating, almost looks like fur. And then the wings are made out of like a fabric. And so I'm sure you just got to be kind of careful. They probably will tear. You can see if you look closely where they've been sewn in. It's hard to tell on that side, but yeah, there you can kind of see the line. But at the same time, when you get it out like this, you can see just the nice blue design, blue-white, with darker tips on the edges, and then like almost like a tiger striping throughout, as well as like almost kind of looking like veins throughout the wing flaps. It does have articulation in the feet, so you can move the feet whatever way you want to help it stand up or look like it's flying. So you can turn it upside down, I guess, if you want, make it look like it is going that way. Up here, the fingers, or hand if you want to call it that, is also articulated to help obviously with standing. Underneath is going to be where you probably don't want to be taking pictures if you're using this as a figure, because there's like a gaping hole right there. Yeah, pretty unsightly. If you're like this, you can't see it though, luckily. But then yeah, you got the hole for the batteries as well. Like I said, the white stripes run along the top of the neck, and then for some reason on the bottom of the neck there with red behind the beak. Looks really cool. Really loving the color. It's definitely inspired by birds. And then again, yeah, those quills on the back of the head, and then running along towards the end of the beak where it has, once again, kind of a weird protrusion. I don't know why, but I'm okay with it. Obviously not super scientifically accurate, but you know, these ones are going to be, at least trailer lore right now says they were the failed experiments, so it makes sense that they'd have some weird mutations. And honestly, they look good in action, so I'm excited to see them in the film. But let's get to some comparisons. And I almost forgot to show you guys the scan for the app in case you needed it. Alright, so we're going to do some comparisons now, and I thought obviously we got to start with the other Mattel offering for Quetzalcoatlus. That one being based off the Jurassic World Dominion one. And you can see, not even like a comparison, the new one is massive compared to that figure. It's also a lot more sturdy. That one kind of just feels flimsy and not just made as nicely. I also like the touch of the fabric, as well as that one can stand. Now a better comparison, at least size-wise, is going to be that Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon, which, yeah, I mean, if you compare them, they're pretty even. They're about the same size. Both super sturdy. Main difference, obviously, those wings are plastic. Those are going to be fabric. But I think they hold up. As far as height, though, the Queds definitely gets in on the height. And here you can see a comparison of the skull shape for both. With, yeah, obviously that one's going to be smaller still, but, you know, it has the crest and more of where we're going to think of a Quetzalcoatlus crest. But still pretty cool. I'm still happy to have that one. Was super excited when it came out. Obviously, as time's gone on, Quetzalcoatlus hasn't had the best of figures, so it's a super cool prehistoric animal that's from an environment and a formation that gets studied a lot with the Hell Creek, thanks to like Tyrannosaurus and a lot of the real famous dinosaurs, Triceratops and etc. So yeah, it's neat. It's finally getting some love. But hey, if we can get some Hatzegopteryx love, be awesome. Alright guys, so that's my review for the Jurassic World Rebirth Quetzalcoatlus. Just really nice figure, one that, you know, I had originally really wanted when they showed the promo pics, you know, that and the Spinosaurus obviously, but yeah, super happy I got it. It just looks really nice, especially standing up like that, just super cool. But yeah, until next time guys, for more Cools checks out, click that link to your left. For more about us here at Cools Paranormal, click that link to your right. And don't forget to hit that like and give us a subscribe. And let us know, what Jurassic figure should we check out next? And what do you think of the redesign? I know it's been controversial.